right, everybody, welcome back to the channel here, Truck Report Geeks. I just want to thank you for tuning in today for this next video in the pickup truck segment. And this is coming out of Chevrolet, of course. This is the 2023 Chevrolet Colorado, and I've got some really good news here from Chevrolet. So I just can't wait to share with you here in this video. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe, please do so. It will greatly help the channel for sure. So now let's get on with the video here. There's no denying the 2023 Chevrolet Colorado has received an extreme makeover that has considerably toughened its image. And as you will take notice with the pictures here, they are coming out with a very, very nice mid-sized truck for 2023 in the Colorado. So it's got the new bold front end and the greased chiselette flanks and the front as well. The new third generation example stands in stark contrast to the outgoing unit, which came across as little more than a scaled down full-size truck. It failed to take advantage of its smaller size, of course, in the mid-size segment, recently, but I think this year is going to be very strong for the Colorado. They're also saying that, being increasingly defined by and perceived toughness and off-road prowess. So thus far, the Toyota Tacoma has owned that territory, of course, but the Colorado looks set to mount a serious challenge here, folks. So that's because the changes are also functional and go beyond mere styling. The truck's reworked air dam and the shorter front overhang result in a healthy 29-degree angle of approach for the Z71 edition, of course, which formerly had a lower hanging and difficult to remove spoiler that would barely clear parking, parking blocks. So let alone any off-road obstacles worth the name, the prior Z71 off-road model couldn't even clear a 20-degree ramp travel index ramp, earning it a score of 0. So I mean, they've really put together a really nice truck for the 2023 for sure. Out in the back, they're going to have a spare that has been tucked up some 2.5 inches higher for better departure clearance. So your spare tire is going to be tucked up away, up high pretty well in the bed of the truck. Underneath, of course, there it's going to be 2.5 inches higher. So because there's no longer a need to create space for the discontinued diesel engine diff tank. So, they're not going to have the diesel engine here for this here Colorado for 2023. It's easy to see that the terrain in front, because of the way the hood greases are shaped, and the lower rear shock mounts are less vulnerable to impact because they have been shifted closer to the rear springs. In other words, a Z71 can now readily head off pavement, and the work truck, of course, and the LT trims are better able to maneuver a job site or pole line road, of course. So Chevrolet's engineering team is what they're saying here. Didn't stop there, though. The new Trail Boss is a budget-minded off-roader that slots in below the ZR2 while outperforming and costing less than the ZR1. So it combines 32-inch all-terrain tires for the Trail Boss, fender flares for the fenders, and nearly the same wide stance as the ZR2 with a 2.0-inch lift that's more than just cosmetic. So it's going to be a nice little truck for sure. Compared to the work truck and the LT and the Z71, the Trail Boss sports 1.5 inches of extra front suspension travel and an extra 1 inch out back. So enough to make a difference in the world, okay, and the wild. Not to mention on our RTI ramp, its longer shocks are still twin tube units, and it shares its rear limited slip differential with the Z71. So if you want a multi-matic spool valve dampers and lockable front and rear diffs, well, the not yet released ZR2 has those. So you're going to have to go with the ZR2 for that one, plus a taller lift and even more rear suspension travel. So yeah, but I mean, this truck is looking pretty nice. as you can tell by the pictures here. Besides the move toward off-road, another theme defies the new Colorado simplification. There's just one cab and bed choice this time, so you're only going to get one bed and one cab. So I'm willing to bet it's going to be the crew cab, of course, with a 5-foot 2-inch bed. That's my understanding from what I've been hearing, and that's the most popular configuration by ridiculously wide margins. So the loss of the variety in the cab bed realm isn't liable to put off many buyers. So I think the buyers will still be happy with this one. So Chevrolet has made a move to, those who might pine for a longer bed, but adding an optional mid-level tailgate stop that aligns its upper edge with the inner fender bulges to fashion a level base for hauling plywood or drywall. Okay, so they got you pretty well covered there, which is cool. The engine lineup has likewise been streamlined. It's going to come with a 2.5 liter inline 4 or the 2.8 liter inline 4 turbo diesel, and the 3.6 liter V6 are history. Oh, let's back up here. So yeah, the 2.5 liter inline 4, the 2.8 liter inline 4 turbo diesel, from what I'm reading here, and the 3.6 liter V6 are history. So you're not going to be able to order those. And they're going to be replaced by the turbocharged 2.7 liter inline 4 gas engine across the board. So, interesting. You're only going to have the one engine to choose from for 2023. So I wonder how that's going to play out. All backed by an 8-speed automatic and 4-wheel drive versions, optional on the work truck and the LT. So if you want a 4-wheel drive, it's going to be an option on the work truck and the LT model. The 4-wheel drive engagement setting will be the 2.72 low range gearing. No fuel economy figures are available yet though, folks, so it should be pretty good actually for a 2.7 liter. Yeah, and what they're saying with the 2.7 turbo base version comes standard in the work truck and the LT, where it makes 237 horsepower or 259 foot-pounds of torque, and it supports up to 3,500 pound tow rating. So that's what I like to hear. I want to hear the tow ratings here for this Colorado. The 2.7 liter turbo plus though, if you're going to order, you can also get a little bigger engine with a 2.7 turbo plus is optional in those trucks, and standard in the Z71 and Trail Boss. So if you get the Trail Boss, you're going to get the 2.7 turbo plus anyways. And it's good for 310 horsepower and 390 pounds of feet of torque and 7,700 pounds of towing capacity. So if you're looking to tow quite a bit here, go with the Turbo Plus, the 2.7, of course. They're also the ZR2 gets the 2.7 turbo high output. So if you want something even a little more powerful, it's going to have, listen to this, folks, 430 foot-pounds of torque. It's going to have 310 horsepower, 430 foot-pounds of torque. I just find that, hard to believe a 4-cylinder is going to have 430 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty impressive. Hopefully they stand up pretty well, but I think they will for sure. I mean, they've been testing these for a long time. So they're also saying the ZR2 wheel drive will come later, but well sampled for others. The base engine produces sufficient beans for any economy-minded powertrain, possibly owing its low torque peak at 1,250 RPM. So yeah, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to actually drive one of these 2.7 high outputs, for this vehicle for sure. Yep. Off pavement, the Z71 and the Trail Boss are pretty impressive, is what I'm reading. Their suspensions absorb rough terrain without passing any noise and undampened shake into the drum-tight cabin. So I guess it's pretty quiet inside here, folks, if you're even doing off-road. So, yeah, so I mean, the simplification theme continues, though, with the Colorado trims with the work truck. You're going to have the keyless ignition, actually great for off-roading because there are no jangling keys and you're going to have 11.3 inch touchscreen will be the standard. So as you can see by the photos here, it's going to have quite a nice dash there with the 11.3 inch touchscreen. It's going to be standard. It's going to also support the wireless integration of the smartphone and Google built in, which is a bit of a laugh considering the latter only comes on the new Honda Accord's Hi-Zoot Touring trim. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. They're also going to have, a pretty glossy edition inside. The Trail Boss is going to keep its low, price on the Trail Boss, but being for the work truck, so its interior is equally overwhelming. But even the Z71, the most luxurious, features a soft touch dash and an armrest treatment of a mysteriously rubbered origin. So pricing has edged up though, but not to an alarming degree, especially when considering the enormous improvements. The two-wheel drive work truck goes for about $30,695, which is barely $1,000 more than before. And so you're getting quite a bit of upgrades here in this truck for only $1,000 more. The four-wheel drive work truck starts at $33,995, which is $300 less than before. Interesting. The Z71 goes for $41,395, only $900 more than last year. As for the Trail Boss, it starts at a very reasonable $38,495. The ZR2, which we'll sample in a couple months here, I hope. So yeah, it will command close to $10,000 premium, at about $48,295. So interesting. Can't wait to see the truck myself. Can't wait to get in one, drive it, and really feel what this new truck's going to do for 2023. I'm pretty sure that the GM boys and girls here are going to keep all you GM fans pretty happy with this one for sure. And I do believe this year is going to be the 2023 year is going to be, quite the year, I think, for the mid-size truck segment. So, okay, well, if you've last this long for the video, I thank you very much. Again, please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.